In this video, we're going to learn about the concept of vowel harmony. We're also going to look into its types, its rules, and how they're properly applied in this language. So Turkish is a highly agglutinative language, which in very simple terms means that new words in this language are formed when you add a suffix by the end of the main word root. Vowel harmony is a very essential and basic concept of Turkish because it helps to make sure that the overall harmony of the words is maintained. It also helps to ensure that the words have a very smooth flow. Now, as I mentioned, that Turkish is an agglutinative language which involves the addition of suffix. So what a suffix is, let's see. A suffix is a letter or group of letters added at the end of a word, which makes a new word. Just like in English. Let's look at some English examples. So we have the word use. When you add the suffix full to it, you get a new word, useful. Govern, you add the suffix meant to it, you get a new word, government. Similarly, complicate, complication. They are related words, but they have different meanings. Now in Turkish, there are two types of vowel harmony. There is two-way vowel harmony, which is also known as the E type, and there is four-way vowel harmony, which is known as the I type. Let's first look at two-way vowel harmony. Now the rules of this harmony are related to the vowels, as the word itself suggests. I did make a separate video to explain vowels of Turkish. You could definitely go back and look into that as well. In this video, we're only going to consider this section of the table. It is only concerned with the front or the back pronunciation of the vowels and not if they are unrounded or rounded. So I've extracted out this section of the table like this. So there are 8 vowels in total in Turkish, 4 front vowels and 4 back. The front vowels include E, I, Ü, Ö, whereas the back vowels include A, I, U, O. Now, if the very last syllable of a word has one of the front vowels, we're going to use the E form of the suffix. Whereas if the very last syllable of the word root has one of the back vowels, we're going to use the A form. You're going to understand this better with the help of an example. So for the examples, we're going to consider the plural suffix of Turkish, which is ler. This is the plural suffix. Now notice how the E is capital here. This capital E denotes that this is two-way vowel harmony or the E type vowel harmony and is going to have two forms, the E form and the A form. So the plural suffix ler has two forms. It's ler or lar. Now consider the word kalem, which means pen in Turkish. So to say pens, we're going to add this suffix to it. So kalemler, meaning pens. Now how do we know that we add ler to it or lar to it? As explained, we look at this table. So the last vowel in this word is E, which is one of the front vowels. So you add the E form of the suffix. So kalem, plural, is kalemler. Let's see another example. Ev, meaning house. Evler. The last vowel here again is E, which is one of the front vowels. Dakika, minute. The last vowel is this one. Now this word is an interesting word because it has 3 vowels actually. It has A, E and A again. But for the rules of vowel harmony, we only need to look at the vowel of the very last syllable, the very last vowel of the word. So that is a. Dakika, dakikalar. Why? Because a is one of the back vowels, so we use the a form of the suffix. So dakika, dakikalar. Goes, meaning I. Gözler, because the last vowel is one of the front vowels, so we use the e form. Gözler. Kapı, door. The plural would be kapılar. Why? Because is one of the back vowels, so we use the a form. Kapı, kapılar. Now, Turkish itself is very melodious. You're going to see that the general words in Turkish also have this harmony in it. So, for example, arkadaş. You see how all three vowels in the word are back vowels. That helps to maintain the harmony in the words. Arkadaş. And even if it was plural, that would be arkadaşlar. Because this again is a back vowel. So arkadaşlar, friends. Let's see. İnce, meaning thin. You see both I and E in Turkish, A and I, they're both front vowels. Kısa, a, both are back vowels. They help to maintain the overall harmony of the words. Now moving on to four-way vowel harmony, also known as the I type. Now for this again, we only need to consider this section of the table. So I've extracted it out again like this. However, for four-way vowel harmony, we understand that there are going to be 4 options. So we need to split this table from here. So if the very last syllable of the word has E or I, the next vowel, the vowel in the suffix is going to be I. We're going to use the I form of the suffix. If the very last syllable of the word has ü or ö, we're going to use the ü form of the suffix. If it is a or it's going to be ö form. If it is u or o, it is going to be the ü form. Now it does sound complicated in the beginning, but it's not. As you start speaking this language, you're going to get used to it. It's going to become a second language, a second nature actually. So let's see with examples. For this, we're going to look into this application for the without or the lacking condition. There is a suffix to indicate that, and that is siz. So considering that this is four-way vowel harmony, this is actually four-way, it's mentioned wrong here. So for four-way vowel harmony, we're going to have 4 options. It's either going to be siz, siz, sus, or sus. So for example, kalem meaning pen. For the without or lacking condition, we have the suffix this. So for this case, it's going to be the I form. Why? Because the last suffix here, last vowel here is E. Now let's look at this side by side with the table. Here, this is the last vowel, E. So we're going to use the I form. Kalem, kalemsiz, meaning without a pen. Let's consider another example. So we have the word şeker, meaning sugar. Without condition, the suffix is siz, so it's going to be şekersiz, because again the last vowel is e, so we're going to use the I form of the suffix, meaning without sugar or sugar free. Actually, this is the literal translation. Other example, we have the word bulut, meaning cloud. Bulutsuz, without cloud. The literal translation, yani the sky is clear, to be precise, but the literal translation would be without cloud. Bulutsuz. Why? Because the last syllable has the vowel u, and u is a back vowel, so we're going to use the u form of the suffix. Para, meaning money. Parasız, moneyless, broke. Why? Because now this again has two vowels actually, it's good. So we don't need to consider this vowel. For the rules of vowel harmony, we look at the very last vowel of the word. The very last of the vowel of the main word root, which is this We're not considering this we're only considering this one. So since this is one of the back vowels, we're going to use the form here, siz. Now I'm going to summarize everything that we learned in this video. So we learned about two-way vowel harmony and four-way vowel harmony. Two-way is also known as the E type, and as the name suggests, it gives you two options, the E form or the A form. Now the vowels, if the last syllable of the word root has one of the front vowels, that is either A, E, U, you're going to use the E form of the suffix. And on the other hand, if the very last syllable of the word root has one of these back vowels, we're going to use the A form. We learned about this, we learned the application of this with the help of the plural suffix, which is ler. And since this is two-way vowel harmony, it has two forms, either ler or lar. We looked at the example of kalem. Kalem singular, kalemler plural, because the last vowel is one of the front vowels. So we added we opted for the E form of the suffix. For four-way vowel harmony, it is also known as the I type, and it gives you four options, as the name suggests. E, this is actually this is E, E, U, U. So if the last syllable of the word has E or I, you're going to use the I form. Whereas if the last syllable of the word has U or you're going to use the U form. If it's A or form. U, O, the U form. We have four options here, hence the name four-way vowel harmony. For the example, we looked at the without or the lacking condition, and the suffix for that is siz. The capital I denotes that it can vary. So there are four forms: siz, siz, suz, suz. We looked at the example of kalem again, kalem siz, without a pen. So kalem, the last syllable has the vowel E, so we're going to see E. This is one of the front vowels, so we're going to use this form. Now an interesting thing that I just noticed is that this here is the back vowel, kalem, but the very last syllable has E, the last vowel. During the application of rules of vowel harmony, we look at the very last vowel of the word and not the ones that come before that. only the last one. So for kalim, we did not consider this R, we only considered this E because this is the last syllable of the word, the last vowel. So it's going to be kalemsiz, without a pen.